So what I'm going to be doing today is touching up my perm. I got a perm kit that I like to use. I usually have one that I like to use. I use the same one every few months, and then every now and then I'll change it up to a different one and then go back to the one I had before or whatever. But for right now, I got a cream no-lie relaxer and a liquid activator. I'm going to mix the two of those together. Then I'm going to part my hair into 4 sections and use 3 clamps to clamp up 3 of those 4 sections. And then after that, I'm going to start with the back. I'm going to part using my rat tail comb and my applicator brush, part small sections and apply a sufficient amount of the cream perm to the areas just to the new growth though. And then after I finish that first section in the back, I'm going to start on the second section on the back, then work my way up to the front, do this section, then I'll do this section. The reason why I'm doing this section last is because this section needs it more. It needs the cream to be in there a little longer because last time it didn't work out so great. So there's a little bit that needs to get processed. So before I start any of that though, I usually put on, they have what they call a protective gel. It's just petroleum jelly. If you don't have petroleum jelly in your perm kit, you can use pretty much any type of hair grease will do. Make sure that you wear gloves. You never know if you have any cuts on your hand or anything like that, and you do not want this stuff in your cuts. It burns, okay? So, and also make sure you have a towel with a little bit of neutralizing shampoo on it just in case you get some on your skin. You should have the petroleum jelly on your skin already though, so it doesn't do that, but just in case you drop some on your neck or your arm, you can have that neutralizer on that towel to just get it off. You can just blot it off gently. You don't rub it or anything, and whenever you can, go ahead and get some water and rinse off the area. So just never rub the perm in though. You need to get that off as soon as possible. I'm going to try to, for time's sake and for my hair's sake, cut the video down to keep it under 15 minutes. And also my application time, going to try to make that around 8 minutes. Total time for the perm, having it in my hair, applying it and smoothing it, should be about 20 minutes. Okay, so I parted my hair into the 4 sections, put the clamps on them and everything so that I can keep the hair out the way while I'm trying to put it on only the roots. I forgot to mention it, but make sure that you haven't scratched your scalp for 3 days prior to perming your hair, because you will get scabs and chemical burns in your scalp after a few, it'll appear like 1 to 2 days after you permed your hair. They will hurt. It will hurt when you comb your hair. It's just not fun. So just make sure that you don't scratch your scalp prior to perming your hair. As you can see, I've applied the petroleum jelly around most of my forehead, or on my ears, underneath the nape of my neck and everything, any place the skip perm may drip onto it. When I was younger, oh my goodness, I used to have chemical burns on my forehead and stuff, and it's just not cute. So I try to get the petroleum jelly in as many places as I can stand it. What I'm doing right now is I'm mixing the liquid activator with the no-lie relaxer. And I'm about to go ahead and put that into my hair. I made sure that the no-lie relaxer was mixed in thoroughly with the cream activator so that it was smooth and consistent. I applied petroleum jelly or hair grease to the parts of my scalp, just those parts that I made, so that the relaxer wouldn't irritate that portion of my scalp too much. And I did the first quarter of the back of my head, the second quarter of the back of my head, the first quarter of the front of my head, and now I'm going to show you guys on the last quarter on the front of my head what I did on each of those quarters. Sorry if it's a little confusing. What I did was, first I applied the perm to the more resistant areas, which would be up here, here. Can't really see that well back here. Once again, the reason why I am the guinea pig for this video is because my hair is extremely coarse, extremely resistant, so even if I were to accidentally or intentionally apply it to all of my hair, apply the relaxer to all of my hair, the pre-perms and anything else, it wouldn't really be too bad for me because my hair is really, really resistant. It doesn't make sense that it's not strong after I finish with all this, but it is really resistant if nothing else. So after I've done that, I go ahead and I part small sections, and I try to do this really quickly because It's not supposed to be in for anything more than, ooh, I cannot see and see this. It's not supposed to be in for anything more than 20 minutes. You're not really supposed to apply it to the scalp, mostly just to the new growth. And I part it into about half-inch sections so that the perm can be spread evenly. And when I part it, I go ahead and apply it to the new growth on both sides. That's the breakage that I had on both sides of the part. To go ahead and disperse it evenly. I'm going to show you that. Put too much there, but oh well. I really can't see very well on this, so I'm just going to try my best. Either way, I gotta get done with this quickly. I wasted a little bit of time trying to get the mirror image of the video to show so that I could apply this correctly. It makes it a little bit difficult because I have that breakage in the middle. It's kind of like a little mini mohawk in the middle of my head. From the dye, from the bleaching, then the dyeing, then the bleaching again, then the perming. If you see my other video, you'll see what I'm talking about. I kind of show it a little bit, what my hair looked like after that, because at first the breakage was like that tiny on the top of my head, and I was so scared to perm my hair. I didn't perm it for 3 months after that, after those series of mistakes. If your hair is really long like mine, I also suggest wearing goggles when you do this, just in case there's some perm on the hair and the hair gets in your eye. Of course, if you get some perm in your eye, it'd be best to call Poison Control 911 or something like that. Get information on how to get that taken care of. I hope I don't have to do that by the time this video is over, because this is not how I expected it to be. I don't really know what I expected it to be like on a video camera, but this is just still more difficult than I thought it would be. Okay, if you can see there, I've tried to apply it only to the new growth. I have quite a bit of new growth because my hair pretty much, it grows very quickly. And usually you're not supposed to really do it every 4 months. You're supposed to do it every 6 to 8 weeks. I'm sorry, you're not supposed to do it every 4 weeks. You're supposed to perm your hair every 6 to 8 weeks. I had gotten to the point where I needed to perm my hair every 4 weeks because my new growth was just that much. And it was just that difficult to comb through my hair. So, but this time I waited 2 months. So, by this time normally I should be getting my second perm. But instead I'm just getting the first one. Trying to cut down the perms so that the breakage area that I have due to all the abuse that I did to my hair can grow back peacefully. You can kind of see the breakage. I try not to get the perm on the ends of that breakage. Very important because it's just going to continue breaking off if I do that. And I'm not touching the scalp whenever I part my hair, but I just want to make sure that it's dispersed evenly throughout my hair. Try not to get it on the already permed hair, guys. I'm not doing a very good job of that in this video, but I am trying. I might use the actual test subject next time to show you guys how to perm hair. Probably even one who has never had a perm before, so I can show you guys how a virgin perm should be done, because even though I did try one and it didn't work out well, I know what I did wrong, so I can go ahead and fix that. So you're going to start the smoothing from the first places that you put the perm in, which is the back. I'm going to go ahead, I like to add just a little bit more just to smooth in. And you're not going to scratch or anything, just kind of gently rub the perm through the hair, through the new growth. Try to get it dispersed evenly. Whatever way you parted, rub it through the new growth in the opposite direction. So if you parted your hair going this way, try rubbing the perm that way. So over here I parted my hair this way, so I'm going to try rubbing the perm through the new growth in that direction. Notice how I try not to get any on the regular, on the hair that was already permed previously. Did a pretty good job this time. Usually if I'm in a big hurry, because I spent too much time on one section, it is almost everywhere, guys. I look like I belong seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and smooth this for another 3 minutes. And then after that, I have a towel and I have shampoo and conditioner on standby, guys. I also have, I don't want to take these off, so I'm going to have to rinse this when I touch it again, but it is a tube that I attach to the faucet, and it applies, gives me a good amount of water pressure for my scalp, because when you're washing this out, you don't want to scratch your scalp. You don't want to rub it too hard. You want to try to let that water pressure do most of the work, and just like rub it through so they can get out your hair. You're washing hair, of course. You're trying to get it out, but you're not trying to scratch it into your scalp and make it worse. This is a chemical. If it gets under your skin and deep enough, it can stay there even after you washed it and all that great stuff. Now, try to use as much water pressure as possible. And if you have somebody who's nearby you who can watch over you while you're washing your hair, ask them to tell them when the white stuff is out. Because what you're going to want to do is rinse your hair until all the white stuff is out. And then you're going to want to put the neutralizing shampoo with the color activator in it. It changes colors if there's still, perm in your hair. So if there's still perm in your hair, the shampoo foam will be pink. So what you're going to want to do is, after all this cream is out of your hair from the water pressure, go ahead and shampoo your hair with color indicator neutralizing shampoo, and try to get it to a good lather. Still don't scratch your scalp. Still rub it gently, and you're trying to mostly get it out of your hair and off your scalp, of course, but make sure that water pressure tries to get it off your scalp mostly. And you're going to lather it, and you're going to wash it, and you're going to rinse it, and you're going to repeat until that foam from that lather in your hair is no longer pink, which means there's no longer any perm in your hair or any traces of perm in your hair, visible traces. For me, it usually takes about 2 to 4 times. And after I do this, I'm going to deep condition, and I'm going to come back to you guys. Hey guys, I'm back. So I just was running out of time, so I just put up the pictures showing what I was doing. But I'll explain it out just a little bit. After I finished washing my hair, before I started brushing it out, I used Organics Thermal Radiance Damage Control. It's a thermal protectant and it's a leave-in conditioner. That was the foamy stuff. And I put all the foamy stuff all throughout my hair, and then I brushed it out. And then after that, I put in ApHogee, Keratin, and green tea Reconstructurizer. It strengthens and builds body and protects against color and chemical surfaces, something that I really need. And so after that, then I blow dried it. And then I put in the Organics Thermal Radiance Reflective Sheen, which is another heat protectant, and it's a high shining glossy mist. And then I flat iron only the ends so that those can be smoothed. Everything else is already smooth. So just wanted to let you guys know what was going on in those pictures, just in case you were a little confused. I really hope this helps. If you'll have any questions, just post it in a message, either on the board or send it directly to me. This is Sheen.